In bad news for Elon Musk, French authorities just raided X's Paris headquarters as part of an investigation into a slew of crimes, including child sexual abuse imagery and Holocaust denial. And they actually also summoned Elon Musk to answer questions in the case. Now, of course, this is obviously coming as X and Grok, they've been facing a ton of international backlash over sexual deepfakes on the platform, but France's investigation actually started over a year ago, where prosecutors were first looking into issues with X's algorithm and how it handles data, but the investigation is now widened to look at a total of 7 different offenses. And so the authorities are alleging that CSA images started increasing last year after X rolled back detection tools, resulting in fewer images being flagged. Authorities also pointed to issues with antisemitism, which isn't the most surprising thing. I mean, we all saw Grok go mecha Hitler last year. Right? And Grok has also been accused of denying the Holocaust by claiming that gas chambers in Auschwitz were designed for disinfection with Zyklon B against typhus, not mass murder. And one of the biggest things here is that France has some of the strictest Holocaust denial laws in the world. And so that's why today, France's cybercrime unit and Europol searched the company's offices. The country's prosecutor's office also deleted its X account shortly after announcing the raid. And with this, you had the lawmaker whose complaint opened up this investigation writing, in Europe, and particularly in France, the rule of law means that no one is above the law and that European regulations, once transposed into French law, are binding on everyone. Now, leading into this, last year you had X responding to this investigation by calling it politically motivated, denying any wrongdoing, claiming that the probe is undermining X's fundamental right to due process and threatens our users' right to privacy and free speech. And while so far, at least as of recording this, Musk himself hasn't publicly addressed the latest raid, this morning on X, he did respond to a general post about social media crackdowns in Europe by saying, "Tyrants love censorship." All of that is he's facing a voluntary summons for questioning, as is former CEO Linda Yaccarino. Reports also noting that this comes as European governments and American tech companies have been at odds for a while now, as Europe views free speech differently and they have stricter ideas of how social media platforms should be regulated. Right as you had the New York Times explaining, Europeans see their actions as a democratic prerogative necessary to protect citizens from abuse, but then adding the Trump administration sees the fines as an unfair money grab from American companies and considers the regulations to be an attack on free speech. And actually on that note, France isn't the only country to crack down on X lately. Today you also had the Information Commissioner's Office in the UK announcing a formal investigation into X over its personal data processing and Grok's sexualized deepfakes. Also just last week, the European Union issued its inquiry into the deepfake issue. And while so far, there have been no charges filed in France, we'll have to keep an eye on where this investigation goes and if Musk actually directly responds to the summons and answers questions.